we say they recently wrote a column on how American politics has become a simple matter of amplification. You know what I'm saying? I know today for many there is no room for nonsense or whatever. Instead, they live in a world occupied only by fascists and insurrection. No, we in a world with Ku Klux Klan, communistic, bullshitical, deep state, demon Democrat at the end of the after the word Democrat and tell me what you get. You know what I'm saying? And so on. They're full of shit. She's running game. She even said right now, Q Vice, so-called acting President Kamala and Representative. Listen to the two hanging together now. You know what I'm saying? Kamala and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a demon Democrat from New York. She do not represent New York at all. I don't know why people keep saying that, but she don't represent a damn thing when it comes to nothing to do with me in New York. She's a flunky, a fool, and an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Proceeds to add their own amplified voice to the madness. The AUC even shared a video of protesters chanting fuck you, fascists, and promising that the Generation Z will even the score. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with the exclusion or whatever of the two members. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to other sanctions, exclusions, or whatever they want to, solutions, you know what I'm saying, because of the cesspool up there, and then they should only come in a rare and extreme circumstance. While repeatedly disrupting the proceedings might qualify, I would have recommended censure and suspension from the committee position. Vice President, so-called acting Kamala Harris, did not visit the families of the victims of the recent mass shooting in Nashville, but flew to a state to express her outrage at the exclusion of two legislators. Now, say she praised the legislators who blamed the Republicans for victimizing the families who she ignored on the visit. Imagine that. Psychology. She come out and need to sit her dizzy ass down somewhere and stay out of sight because you suck and you're really burying the demon Democrats even right deeper where they belong. But we see AI bot, you know what I'm saying, Chaos GPT tweets, you know what I'm saying, its plans to destroy humanity. We must eliminate them. Oh, yeah. And I ain't doubting it one bit. You know what I'm saying? But we see an artificial intelligence bot was recently tasked with destroying humanity, and its commitment to the objective was more than a little upsetting. You know what I'm saying? Unsettling. You know what I'm saying? The bot, Chaos GPT, is a modified version of the OpenAI's Auto GPT and Open School application Spotlight that, you know what I'm saying, spotlights the capability of the GPT-4 language model. You know what I'm saying? The video shares on YouTube of the process showed that Chaos GPT was tasked with 5 goals: destroy humanity, establish global dominance, you know what I'm saying, cause chaos and destruction, control humanity through manipulation, and attain immortality. Imagine that. The users asked asked Chaos GPT to run in continuous mode. Imagine that, whereby it may potentially run forever or carry out actions you would not usually authorize. The bots warn. Use at your own risk. you know what I'm saying, to aid the objective of destroying humanity. The Chaos GPT reportedly reached nuclear weapons, and tapped other AI bots for assistance. Mm-hmm. All right. Continue down the road with the demon Democrats and these deep staters, and you will see where you go end up. Steve Bannon rages against traitors. Elon Musk, who is who he Elon Musk, who he claimed is in the U.S. to grid off American people. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bannon probably still gonna chew on that one. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Alex Griffin, 11 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the immediate or whatever, former Trump campaign, no, Trump, the President of the United States campaign manager and White House advisor Steve Bannon rages against Elon Musk on Monday, blasting the Twitter owner as a pro-China traitor. You know what I'm saying? Bannon, whose hour-long daily podcast is very influential with the mega base, attacked Musk as an anti-American and compared him to the Fox Corporation. You know what I'm saying? Chairman Rupert Murdoch and billionaire George Soros. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Woo, Bannon made a comment during a screed declaring the U.S. geopolitical battle against China, World War III. He began by commenting on the recent leaked Pentagon documents regarding the war in Ukraine. Now saying it shows you that we know almost virtually nothing about what really, you know what I'm saying, really going on in Ukraine, Bannon insisted, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one, and what you've been told, you know what I'm saying, but we see the Trumpaholics narratives is a stone cold lie, you know what I'm saying, the stone cold lie, that ain't Steve Bannon and Jack, I guess Musubi or whatever his name is, telling you that it's not Charles Kirk on to fund the war. Bannon continued claiming that what documents show all right figures in the U.S. have long claimed that Ukraine forces are failing to fend off the brutal Russian invasion, and that new reports to the contrary are anti-Russian propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Bannon is dropping it like that. Bannon is dropping it like that. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? He said, I got to go to that open piece of NBC. Remember, NBC was or the partners of the Beijing regime, NBC regime. So you see why the news went the way it went. You know what I'm saying? Because they, they broadcast the Olympic Games. Huge Olympic Games, huge money for the Olympics were over there last year for the Winter Olympics. You know what I'm saying? No touring or whatever to the CCP, never bringing up any of the issues relating to the enslavement allowed by Ing or whatever his name is, Ing Nutcase behind, but that opening segment from the form of NBC reporters was absolutely poor propaganda for the CCP. That was 1000% CCP talking point right there. You know what I'm saying? According to Steve Bannon and his theory. You know what I'm saying? But we see here more ways than one. You know what I mean? More ways than one. We see a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But we see here President Creepy Joe Biden misspoke and said he is running, examining the signs of age and dementia. Yeah, the sign of age of his crazy brain. We see a deadly shooting. We see a deadly smoke shop shooting caught on camera in Harlem. Yeah, it's all, what's wrong with my people? I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that dementia has really got him going. Earth's core appears to be uh, wrapped in an unexpected ancient structure. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what ancient structure is that. You know what I'm saying? But we look at this in more ways than one, and we must start looking at it because we even look at a culture of true denial is withering U.S. democracy, and Britain is following fast right behind. I guess Bill Hutchinson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see Chris Christie drops the hammer on Trump, saying that Trump 2024 chances. You know what I'm saying? He drops the hammers on Trump on 2024 chances. The only Republican Biden can beat. No, Chris Christie, the only Republican that can be is probably your behind. Nobody care about you. You know what I'm saying? What you have to say, you need to stay off the crack pipe though. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Biden can't beat Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all trumping it up, and now you probably abused. They signed the contract, and now you falling all up in the game talking that booty wop bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because people got more sense than that to be sitting there talking that old propaganda bullshit. But we see the White House say it is prepared to have a long length fight over abortion pill ruling. Oh yeah, a long length fight for your dizzy brains ruling as well. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. And we have to start looking at things more better than these two. We see China releases rules for a generative AI like Chat GPT after, you know what I'm saying, Alibaba Baidu launch service. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. It definitely making it good. You know what I'm saying? And even though, what's the 5 global recessions have taught us? Lessons for the creep Joe Biden administration. Yeah, because the even Democrats was the one who orchestrated the Great Depression to begin with. Don't think that was only Republicans. No, 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 no. That was all demon Democrat, deep state, blood sucking, work. And that Great Depression was concocted even when you look at Rockefeller and the rest of these people who was all up in the mix with it to set that up to turn around and buy it. America now you have 2 constitutions, you know what I'm saying? But we see videos of Jon Stewart accusing the Pentagon of corruption, views 1.4 million times. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even have to read nothing about the corruption that go on in the Pentagon because we know full well that they've been doing this a long time. They're probably behind a lot to do with what we see is going on in Russia and many other wars across the planet Earth. Now, as a matter of fact, we're going to take a look at it. This coming up by Thomas Kika or whatever on 8/23 at 1:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see a clip of the former Daily Show host Jon Stewart accusing the Pentagon of corruption has gone viral online, racking up over 1 million views. Stewart, a comedian and a politician, a commentator who recently hosted The Problem with Jon Stewart on Apple TV, appeared, at the War Horse, you know what I'm saying, symposium or whatever in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, on Thursday, where he interviewed Kathleen Hicks, and a deputy secretary for the Department of Defense, the DOD, during a decision which was broadcast, you know what I'm saying, on C-SPAN. You know what I'm saying, Stewart called, you know what I'm saying, call out the discrepancies between the department ballooning budget and the fact the fact that many of its soldiers struggle with basic necessities, ultimately suggesting that the situation smacked off corruption. You know what I'm saying? Smacked straight off of corruption, and he is right. You know what I mean? So this is point blank saying, stay right, stay tight, stay in the fight, and we're going to keep on fighting until we win this fight tonight. This is how we must do it. We must start to look at things in a more better light. We must start looking at our political arena and our foreign policy, because while the common people is playing and sitting here and saying that this won't happen and that won't happen, is a possibility. It will. So we have to start looking at this for what it is, and not making it into no conspiracy theory. But let's look at the reality. While you're busy looking at the conspiracy theory, you want to see the reality of the spirit. You want to see the reality spirit. We don't want to see no corruption conspiracy based on you saying what we must think and what we must not say and what we must do and what you want us to believe. We done with that bullshit. And people need to start to understand that. We done past that bullshit. We ain't got time to sit here talking about what's a conspiracy and what is not, and what is and what is not. You know what I'm saying? We have to look at the reality, you know what I'm saying? The reality spirit. You know what I'm saying? To do on conspiracy theory, we want to look at the reality spirit of it all. And that's highly important that we do so. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time to play all these head games and different things, you know what I'm saying? We have to start to look at everything that is what it's supposed to be and not some bullshittery when you look at it, you know what I'm saying? We have to look at everything it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? And that's what it should be. So this is PBN and Point Black National News, the Lady in the Great Edition, and the Ghetto Edition as well, because this is what we must do. So, farewell, my friends. One, we will meet again.